You hit snooze again, didn't you? Don't lie. You told yourself last night that today would be different, that you'd wake up early, hit the ground running, finally start chasing that dream. But here you are, still lying in bed, still scrolling, still stuck. Dreams don't work unless you do. But you're still waiting. Waiting for the right time. Waiting for motivation. Waiting for someone to believe in you, to push you, to save you. Let me tell you the truth. No one's coming. Every second you waste, someone else is grinding. Getting stronger. Getting smarter. Getting ahead. While you make excuses, they're making moves. While you sit still, they're winning. Get up and grind. Or stay down and stay average. You don't get another shot at this life. The clock is ticking. No one's coming. It's on you. So what's it gonna be? Hit snooze on your goals again? Or finally get up and fight for the life you said you wanted? This world doesn't reward the comfortable. It doesn't reward the soft. It rewards the relentless, the obsessed, the ones who show up when it's hard, when it hurts, when no one's watching. This world doesn't care about your excuses. It only responds to your effort. You say you want success? Then why haven't you earned it? Everyone talks about goals. Everyone writes them down. Everyone dreams. But very few ever bleed for them. Very few get up at 4 a.m. Very few sacrifice comfort, sleep, distractions, fun, and go all in. You say you're tired. But are you even working hard enough to be tired? Be honest. What exactly are you tired from? Effort, or just avoiding effort? You scroll. You procrastinate. You daydream. Then you complain about not getting results. Excuses don't build empires. Excuses don't make legends. Excuses kill dreams. Let me say that again, louder. Excuses don't build empires. Excuses don't make legends. Excuses kill dreams. You keep lying to yourself. I'll start tomorrow. I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm not ready yet. How many times have you said those exact words? And how many more times are you going to keep saying them while life passes you by? You keep waiting, but for what? No one is coming to save you. No magic motivation is going to hit you like a lightning bolt. No millionaire is going to knock on your door and hand you your future. It's on you. All of it. And that's what most people can't handle. The truth that their life is a reflection of their own choices. Not their parents. Not their boss. Not their circumstances. You, your habits, your effort, your decisions. You aren't stuck because life is unfair. You're stuck because you're still playing small. You're stuck because you're afraid to go all in. Afraid to face pain. Afraid to fail. Afraid to grind. But that fear, that comfort, it's killing your potential. Get angry. Get uncomfortable. Get loud. Because this soft version of you isn't going to make it. Not in this world. Not in the real game. This world belongs to the obsessed, the unstoppable, the disciplined. To those who show up even when it's raining, even when they're exhausted, even when no one believes in them. So ask yourself, are you that person? Or are you just pretending? You talk like you want to win. You dream like a champion. But you grind like a spectator. You're either building the life you want, or you're watching someone else build theirs. No more waiting. No more comfort. No more lies. Decide today. Decide now. Decide who you're going to be. You can be average. Or you can be great. But you can't be both. From broke dishwasher to a multimillionaire. Because he never slept on his DRMS at just 19 years old, John found himself living in his car, parked behind a fast food restaurant. Every night, after he clocked out from his dishwashing job, he would curl up on the back seat of his beat-up old car and fall asleep, not because he wanted to, but because he had nowhere else to go. His clothes were stained from grease and soap, his hands rough from scrubbing dishes for hours on end. He'd wake up at 4 a.m. to start all over again. But the worst part? He wasn't just fighting against the grind. He was fighting against his own hopelessness. Every day felt like a new reminder of how far he was from the life he dreamed of. He looked at the other employees, living paycheck to paycheck, and thought, "Is this really it? Is this all there is?" He knew he didn't want to be stuck in this cycle forever, but he didn't know how to break out. John wasn't lazy. He wasn't stupid. But the world didn't care. It wasn't kind to dreamers without capital, without connections, without opportunity. He didn't have a mentor or a perfect plan. What he had was just a spark of belief that he could do more. But would belief alone be enough? One day, while scrolling through his phone during a short break, John stumbled upon a video that changed everything. It was a motivational clip from a successful entrepreneur, someone who had turned nothing into millions. And in that moment, as the speaker said these words, "Success is rented, and rent is due every day," a switch flipped in John's mind. He had been treating his dreams like something that could wait, like something that wasn't urgent, like something he could get to when the timing was right. But that line, it hit him like a punch to the gut. Success isn't something you get someday. It's something you earn every single day. That was the turning point. He realized that his situation wasn't permanent unless he allowed it to be. It was time to stop waiting for perfect conditions. The clock was ticking. If he didn't start now, he might never start. Come back. The next morning, John set his alarm for 4 a.m. This time, when it went off, he didn't hit snooze. He didn't roll over and drift back into the comfort of sleep. He got up. He grinded. John didn't have any money to invest in a business. He didn't have fancy tools, an office, or a network. What he did have was a relentless hunger. He started small, too small really. He began selling things online, random items from thrift stores, old electronics he found, anything he could get his hands on. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't easy. But it was something. Every single morning, John would wake up at 4 a.m., read books about business, and spend his free time learning how to grow his side hustle. At night, after his shifts, he would work on his website and try to optimize his product listings. He wasn't waiting for the perfect moment. There was no such thing. The grind was happening right now, with whatever he had, right where he was. John faced challenges. He was constantly broke, often eating ramen noodles for weeks. But he never stopped. Every setback, every failure, only pushed him harder. And as he grew his business, the results followed. Fast forward a few years, John no longer works in that fast food restaurant. He's not living in a car anymore. In fact, he's a multimillionaire. He now owns 4 successful companies and speaks globally about entrepreneurship. He's gone from having nothing to building an empire from the ground up. And it all started with a decision. A decision to get up, to stop waiting, and to start grinding. Today, John's story is a testament to the power of relentless action. He didn't wait for a perfect plan. He didn't sit back and let life happen to him. He took responsibility. He built something. He created his own opportunity. John's story is powerful, but it doesn't guarantee success. There's no magic formula for wealth or happiness. But one thing is certain, not grinding guarantees failure. Grind doesn't promise immediate results. It doesn't promise overnight success. But it guarantees progress. Every day you show up, you're moving forward, even if you can't see it yet. Success isn't about luck or timing. It's about consistency, dedication, and the willingness to sacrifice for your dreams. So here's the question. What if you stopped waiting and started grinding today? What if you woke up at 4 a.m. tomorrow? What if you stopped making excuses and started doing the things you've been putting off? What if you just started, right now, with what you have? Pain is fuel. Use it or drown in it. Every single person who's ever achieved greatness, who's ever made a real mark in the world, has experienced pain. Whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, pain is part of the process. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they handle that pain. You feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, don't you? You feel the frustration, the exhaustion. You're running on fumes some days, barely keeping it together. But that pain? It's not a weakness. It's not a signal to stop. It's fuel. Every time you feel the sting of failure, every moment you want to quit, understand this. You can either drown in it, or you can use it to fuel your fire. Grinding isn't meant to be easy. It's meant to be hard. The harder it is, the stronger you become. When you push through the pain, you come out on the other side a different person, sharper, tougher, and more relentless. Comfort is the enemy. Discipline is your only friend now. You want to win? You want to build that empire? Then comfort is no longer your ally. Comfort will keep you soft, weak, and stagnant. Comfort will make you sit back, press snooze, and tell yourself tomorrow will be better. But here's the cold truth. Tomorrow never comes. If you want success, if you want to build something that lasts, discipline is the only thing you need. Discipline is what forces you to wake up before the sun, to push yourself when you're tired, to keep going when you've already given everything. It's what will drive you to do the work when no one's watching. Say this out loud. Discipline is freedom. Freedom to create your destiny. Freedom to break free from the chains of mediocrity. Comfort only breeds failure. Say it out loud. I will win. Not because it's easy, but because I don't quit. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe you can win? Right now, say it out loud. I will win. Not because it's easy. Not because the road ahead will be smooth, but because I don't quit. Say it again. I don't quit. You're here because you want more than the average life. You're here because you're tired of being stuck. But this isn't going to happen on its own. Winning takes grit. It takes a mindset that refuses to be defeated, no matter how hard life hits you. No one can stop you but yourself. If you're still breathing, you still have a chance. You are capable. But you must commit. Commit to the grind, commit to the discipline, and never, ever quit. Self-talk. Get up. Move. Fight. Every single day. It's time to build the mental muscle that will carry you through when everything seems impossible. Every day, when the temptation to give up hits, remind yourself. Get up. Move. Fight. Every single day. This is a battle. A battle against doubt, against fear, against your own excuses. It's easy to let your mind talk you out of greatness. It's easy to let the voice inside your head convince you that you don't have what it takes. But that voice is lying. Your future self is waiting for you to take action, to step up, and to stop making excuses. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. Just keep moving, keep fighting. One step forward is better than standing still. Grinding isn't suffering. It's freedom through fire. You've heard it before. You're just suffering. Why put yourself through this? But what if suffering wasn't something to fear? What if it was exactly what you needed to forge yourself into the person you're meant to be? Grinding, working, putting in the hours? That's not suffering. It's freedom through fire. It's the process that turns your potential into reality. It's not easy, but nothing worth having ever is. Grinding is not about misery. It's about creating a life of purpose, power, and possibility. When the heat gets too intense, when it feels like you can't take another step, that's when you know you're being forged. The flames that feel like they're burning you are the very same flames that will shape you into greatness. Affirmations plus personal challenge. I want you to say this to yourself every single day. I am unstoppable. I am relentless. I will win, not because it's easy, but because I refuse to quit. Now challenge yourself. What can you do today that will push you outside your comfort zone? What's one action you can take right now that will move you closer to your goal? The grind is not something that will always feel good, but it will always be worth it. Today is the day you take one more step, one more action, one more victory. He lost his legs in war, but he still trains at 5 a.m. Set the scene. Marine veteran wakes up in hospital, legs gone. Imagine waking up in a cold, sterile hospital room. The kind where the beeping of machines is louder than any voice, and the smell of antiseptic fills your lungs. You open your eyes, disoriented, and then you feel it, an overwhelming numbness in your legs. But it's not just numbness. It's the harsh reality. Your legs are gone. This was the waking nightmare of Marine Corps Sergeant Jason R. His world, once filled with the sounds of combat and the rush of adrenaline, came to a crushing halt. A roadside bomb during his deployment in Iraq took both of his legs. In a split second, he went from being a proud soldier to a man whose entire future was uncertain. The doctors were clear. His legs were lost, and with them, much of the life he had known. The future was bleak. But something inside him refused to accept that fate. Something deeper than pain, deeper than despair, stirred inside his chest. Turning point. If I'm alive, I'll rise. Lying in that hospital bed, staring at the ceiling, Jason thought about the future. What now? Was he destined to spend the rest of his life in a wheelchair, forgotten by the world? Was he forever going to be seen as a casualty, a broken soldier? But then, as the weight of those thoughts began to suffocate him, he found his turning point. He could feel the fire burning inside him again. "If I'm alive," he whispered to himself, "I'll rise." It was that moment, the decision to fight, that defined everything that came after. It wasn't about the legs he lost, it was about the mindset he chose to hold on to. No one was going to tell him he couldn't rise from the ashes of his tragedy. Come back, learn to walk with prosthetics, then started weightlifting. Jason's journey wasn't easy. The road to recovery was long and brutal. The first step was learning how to walk again, not with his legs, but with prosthetics. Every step, every movement felt foreign, but he refused to quit. There were setbacks, days where the pain was unbearable. But he didn't stop. Every morning, he pushed himself to do more, to go further. His body was no longer what it had been, but his mind, his grind, never wavered. Then, something even more incredible happened. Once he had mastered walking, Jason took his determination to the next level. He started weightlifting. It wasn't easy. It wasn't even natural. But Jason didn't care. He knew what he was fighting for. Not just a return to normalcy, but a victory over his own limits. Jason trained his body, rebuilt his strength, and every single day he proved to himself that he could do more than anyone ever thought possible. Victory now trains athletes and runs a gym. Fast forward to today. Jason is now the one inspiring others. He's the one motivating people who think they have it tough to push through their pain, their fear, their excuses. He owns and runs a gym where he trains athletes, soldiers, and everyday people who want to change their lives. From a man who had been told his life was over to a mentor for those seeking strength, Jason's story is one of sheer will, relentless grind, and transformation. He didn't let his situation define him. Instead, he defined himself by how he rose above it. No legs, no excuses. Just grind. Jason's story is a testament to the power of mindset and determination. His legs may have been taken from him, but his will was never for sale. And now, every single day, he proves that no matter the setback, no matter the challenge, you have one choice: grind. No legs, no excuses. Just grind. If Jason can rise, so can you. Transition hook. Still think your excuses are valid? Are you still telling yourself that you can't do it because of what you lack? Still making excuses for why you're not where you want to be? Jason's story should be the wake-up call you need. No more excuses. No more waiting. It's time to rise. Take action now. You've got two choices: grind or regret. You're standing at a crossroads right now. And you've got two choices in front of you: grind or regret. That's it. No middle ground. No easy path. It's either you go all in, or you'll look back at your life one day and realize you wasted your best years waiting for the right time that never came. Let's get real for a moment. Fear is real. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being enough. I get it. But here's the truth: fear is temporary. It fades when you take action. But regret? Regret lasts forever. And trust me, That's a feeling you never want to carry with you. No one cares how you feel. They don't care that you're tired, that you've had a tough day, that things aren't perfect. They will remember what you did. They'll remember if you pushed through when others quit. They'll remember if you grinded when everyone else slept in. That's what leaves a legacy. So, stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the stars to align. You're not entitled to success. You have to earn it. And that starts right now. You've been sitting around long enough. You've been sitting on your dreams. And now, it's time to get off the couch and go build your future. Grind now. Win later. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about next week. Think about today. What are you going to do today to get closer to the life you've been talking about for years? It's up to you. The grind never stops. Remember, there's no one coming to save you. No one cares more about your dreams than you do. If you want it, go get it. Grind now. Win later. This is your moment. Make it count. Final call to action. One life. No replays. No retires. Only grind. You've heard the truth. You've felt the fire. Now it's time to ask yourself, what are you going to do about it? This isn't just motivational fluff. This isn't some pep talk meant to make you feel good for a minute. This is your wake-up call. One life. No replays. No retries. Only grind. You want success? You better bleed for it. It's not going to fall into your lap. No one is going to hand it to you. If you want it, you're going to have to work for it every single day. If you're sitting around waiting for a perfect moment, you're wasting your time. That moment? It's now. You can sit there, comfortable, watching other people pass you by. Or you can get up and grind. But here's the thing. If you won't step up, get out of the way. The world doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't care about your excuses. The people who rise are the ones who take action, the ones who refuse to stay down. The grind never stops. So get up and grind. Or step aside for those who will. This is your choice. This is your moment. Are you still watching this? Or are you already on the move? Because this is it. This is the line between those who succeed and those who waste their time. It's time to make a decision. The world is waiting for you. Now, go out there and give it everything you've got. That's the final push. Let it sink in. Now get to work. It's grind time.